a great toll on them, and it's the reason at the start of the game they were not, well composed. They were not taking the game to Legon cities. And even in the second half, we saw the same thing. And I was happy the coach explained the brain behind that. Look, when pressure seems to be on somebody, it puts a lot of weight on the person. And so when you are even on the field of playing, it puts you under, a lot of weight, movements, balancing, and a whole lot of things. So it really affected House of Hope. It's the reason the coach intelligently said, instead of, chasing for the balls, they sit back and wait, make sure that they keep a well-organized defense, not to allow Legon cities, to break through, but to ensure Legon cities have, a greater part of the possession in the second half, but they protect themselves. I loved the way House of Hope managed the game in the second half. The game management skills of the coach was very, very apt, and it ensured that they were able to keep to their 2-1 lead from the first half. I think that I enjoyed a very wonderful game, but clearly you could see from the faces of the House of Hope players and even the coach that their attention was on the game on Sunday. And when Boadu was speaking, for the first time, listening to Boadu, he spoke very well, he spoke tactically, and he demonstrated a lot of confidence ahead of the game against Asante Kotoko. For me, I think we've watched a very beautiful game.
Yeah, great 45 minutes, second half, game management, to be thrilled. This is what it means to their fans, the coach. I mean, this is what it means to the players. They really had to win this game to set up that climax.
Of course, the most important thing is what House of Hope did by taking all the 3 points and also scoring their goals in the first half. And the coach managed the game very well. Bashir fought 3 more offensive players, and Samuel Boadu also decided to bring in defensive players. So at the end of the day, he was able to block the loopholes whereby Legon cities will be able to get the balls to the back of his defensemen. And I think that it's a good job done by Samuel Boadu. In the first 45 minutes, as we spoke here, the space marking caused Legon City. And if you play space marking with House of Hope, you'll be punished. Movement of Patrick Razak, without the ball, they go into space. And that is what caused them. And for me, I think that House of Hope deserved the 3 points.
Yeah, the mobility of the Phobians seemed to unsettle Legon cities. Even when they got that goal back in the second half, they couldn't really capitalize. Even Hearts, held back in the second half.
But that's why I said that, after the first half, I made a point that if you look at the 3 moments of the game, which is when you have the ball, when you don't have the ball, and the transition, House of Hope were doing very well with the time they get the ball and the transitional movement. But they were not doing so well with when they don't have the ball. But in the second half, the coach decided to work on not having the ball and how they defend without the ball. That was exactly what the coach did in the second half, defending without the ball. And so they were not much concerned about the transition and how they become effective with the ball, going to the opponent's area. If you listen to Bashir Hayford very well, he made a point that House of Hope played very well, but they need to double up in attack. He said that because of their second half performance. Because second half, House of Hope just decided to manage the game and not to take the game to Legon cities and open up and play. So clearly, you realize that Boadu's game plan for the first half was different from the second half. In the first half, he went into the game, good transition, good movement with the ball, passing and all those things. But in the second half, he decided that, look, let's allow them to play. Let's sit back and then make sure that we keep a compact defensive line and ensure we don't concede. And that is exactly what they did. So for me, I think that it was a wonderful matchup that the coach did in both halves, and House of Hope got all the 3 points.
So we're all set. Good attendance as well. I know there are plans to make sure that Sunday's game is we don't have any issues with spectators. Everything is in place for that. Good attendance. Hearts or kotoko at the Accra Sports Stadium. You can't really say the Phobians would have that advantage. Kotoko fans are known to be very, very passionate and patriotic for their team. If I should use that word, they will definitely be at the stadium in their numbers, in the right numbers.
Well, I'm happy about the 25% and the advance tickets too. Because if you don't have tickets, you are not going to the stadium. I mean, the match will come live on TV. So for me, I'm happy for the 25% 75%, so that they will not be crowded at the gates. Tickets will not be sold at the gates. So it's good. The fans that would love to go and watch this classical Ghana version of a classical will have to get their tickets to the super clash. So for me, it is on the big game on Sunday.
Why is it that I'm hearing that Kotoko are underdogs? What makes Kotoko underdogs? The pundits, the fans seem to... Only the Kotoko fans are saying that they will beat Hearts on Sunday, which is normal.
Honestly speaking, in my position as a journalist and as an analyst who has looked at both teams, there is no way I would describe Kotoko as underdogs. Look, they have played very well in their last 5 games. Just watch it. And they are playing under a very experienced coach. Watch how they have been winning their games. He has a very good strategy of picking up the lead and then managing the game to the end. So you can't say they are underdogs. To be very honest with you, when you look at the House of Folk team, they are fearless. As of now, there seems to be an intrinsic motivation that the players are building on. There seems to be a fearless attitude that the players have picked up. They seem to have, redefined the never say die attitude. And when they are on the field of play, what their game against Great Olympics, they demonstrated that against Midiama, they were solid. It is only in this game that they played tactics and management.
And Legon Cities kind of gave exposed some weaknesses which Kotoko could capitalize on.
It is the mindset that they were building going into the Kotoko game that gave them that particular approach to this particular game. Exactly. But to be honest, House of Folk have played very, very well in the last 8 games, and I think
having said that, House of Folk is solid. But if there's one team that can beat House on Sunday, it's Kotoko.
Yes, of course. If Kotoko have been undefeated in their last 5 or 6 games coming, and House of Folk have been undefeated in their last 8 games, clearly it's a game for the two. It's a game for the gods.
For the gods. Okay, let's find out what we should expect just a little bit on Sunday.
Are you ready? Turn on your StarTimes decoders. Log on to your StarTimes on app now, because the long-awaited battle is here. It's the superclash between the Phobians, Hearts of Oak, and the Box Prime Warriors, Asante Kotoko. Sunday, 27th of June, 3 p.m. Live in high definition, only on StarTimes. Adipa Channel 247. Also available on StarTimes on app. Your personal video assistant referee. Don't miss the action, the thrills, and the excitement. Who?
There is no way, say, for the to me, we are going to massacre them.
Bring back the love. Let's cherish our own. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
A lot of honors between the two sides, and hopefully on Sunday they'll make Ghana proud globally, locally, everywhere. It's all eyes, all ears will be fixed on the super clash.
Saturday.
It's gonna come. Be patient. I mean, it's a shame COVID would rob us of what we normally see: the color, the ambience before the match, the streets of Osu and around, Kotoko fans in red, the multicolors of hearts. But it's for our own sake, and we need to make sure we adhere to these protocols. And I believe the FA, the various security, functionaries would make sure that is done. The fans must, functionaries would make sure that is done. The fans must also play their role and be responsible. Coach, we're ready for the big one. We can start the countdown properly now.
Of course, this is the day we were waiting for, and it's just about 2-3 days ahead of us. And I'm sure that both House of Folk and Kotoko, I'm talking about the players, they want to be going through their minds. It's a big game. I mean, matches between us and Kotoko, you cannot look at the form guide. It's a crucial game for both teams. And I believe that the bench that will do a tactical work will carry the day. There's no way this game is going to be a draw or something. One is going to win. And of course, when you look at Hasselhoff, consistency has really helped Hasselhoff. He was their transition very excellent. And then Samuel Bodu has been able to give some of the players a lot of confidence. The Philip here for once. You talk of Salif Ibrahim. He has given them confidence. Even Isaac Mensah, I mean, in the days of Papich and the likes, he was on the bench. He was not even playing. But under Samuel Bodu, he has been very good in terms of attacking. You look at Hasselhoff, 3 men up front, the 3 men in midfield. In today's game, I don't think they missed Emmanuel. I mean, because Samuel did what he was supposed to do, he even scored. And for me, I think that Hasselhoff has got a team. Kotoko, on the other hand, I think that Barreto has also brought some kind of stability in the Kotoko setup. I mean, we've seen Neti, we've seen Samuel Frimpong, Mo Ibrahim, and of course, he do a lot of improvisation, play false 9. In their last game, he played Phobia as a false 9, and then Evans Adumako on the right. So we are definitely going to see a lot of changes in terms of tactics and system. So I believe that is about the mentality of the players on that day. So we are looking forward for that big game on Sunday.
Right. The very final words, gentlemen, before to you, Sheikh.
If I am to preview the game, there are certain pronouncements that I will make that they are very predictive, but they may seem to be a prophecy.
Keep it simple.
If Kotoko starts and they come against Hasselhoff, they may score their first goal through a penalty against Hasselhoff.
Interesting. And on that note, the man they call Azuma Nelson has made an impact. Thanks very much, Coach Samuel. I was going to call you Samuel Kwedu, Coach Eben Sefab, and also to you, not Azuma Nelson, but Sheikh Tufik. Guys, we're doing a game on Sunday. Sure. A great game to look forward to. Sure. And also to you guys out there, remember, we have a great game coming up for you on Sunday. Watch the build-up on all our platforms, and you can also download on the Star Times on that very simple. Go to the Google Play Store. And it's not too late for you to get that decoder. Apart from the superclash, there's so many other things that we offer, not to mention, of course, the next round of the Euros, which is another thrilling competition. Once again, thanks for being a part of our programming. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned and keep watching.